Hello and thanks for staying with us. Customs impound 9 containers of contraband items at Tinkan Customs Command. Also on Customs report, 962 continue to increase the revenue base of most commands operating in the country. Plus, more report. I am Igiseme Intinye. Stay tuned. The introduction of 962 by the Customs Management has continued to increase the revenue generation of most commands in Nigeria. The Assistant Controller General of Customs, in charge of ICT, said that the system is leak-proof and very effective. He urged customs agents to continue to implement customs policies.
Today we're in Apapa. This is the next site after concluding with the Tinkan. Today we are here to sensitize the officers and get them prepared for the implementation of 962. In every system, a time comes when you need to upgrade it. And Apapa being the premier port, it has become very imperative and necessary for us to move our implementation team here in Apapa to ensure that as the success we had in other area command like PTML, KLT, and Tinkan currently should be replicated here, because the drive that we did last year, that the management and the Nigeria Consul Service successfully delivered over 1 trillion revenue collection. We are very ambitious that we know that with this new system, NIS2 and the prime port like Apapa, by the time we update and upgrade the system, we are sure that the target of 2 trillion plus will be achieved. And today we had a very good stakeholder collaboration with the area controller and his officers, and the team is on ground. The restructuring of the hardware and the software application is being prepared. So normally what we are here to do is to have an advanced synergy with the command, so that psychologically they will start thinking about the new thing that is coming in. And we are positive that with the success that we have delivered in other command, we are going to do it here too. And it's not only we are taking Apapa and Tinkan 2, there is Lily Pond together. Because the NIS 2 is a system upgrade. We are not only upgrading custom business process for maximum revenue collection and the regulation. Other partner government agencies like NAFDAC, Standard Organization, and all other related custom partners that have a role to play in the clearance process are also being taken into consideration for upgrading their system, to increasing their own input and roles in the new system, to ensure that the noticeable gap for the old system are now being taken care of. New programs are in place. Like now we are having what we call centralized manifest system. This is a system where there's only one manifest that is going to be registered per vessel. There's no splitting of manifests like Transire and all this. Everything is being managed centrally. That ensures that illegal taking out of consignment or boxes of containers will be stopped. We're in the time of restructuring custom and remodeling for ultimate performance. And the place we have started is modernizing our clearance procedure, updating our system. Because over the years we noticed that there were some gaps, revenue leakages, certain procedures. And we are now introducing NIS 2. NIS 2 is to address those gaps. So my presence here today, because Tinkan has been the third site command, we are introducing NIS 2. So normally when you are doing this kind of implementation that has a marked difference in revenue collection, it is necessary for you to leave headquarters and come and parley with the area controllers to actually see that what you are intended to implement is what is happening. And today we came to check that both the structures and the application that's been introduced now to take away the legacy system is delivering as is intended.
The Customs Area Controller in charge of Upper Customs Command also commended the customs system, saying that all custom officers must implement the system. It speaks more on the number of issues.
NISIS 2 is a platform, an improvement from NISIS 1, from a scooter platform, which we have been using. Now the NISIS 2 is going to add impetus, generally on our operations. It is intended, to check security excesses. It is also intended to improve revenue, and it is intended to fast-track compliant international trade. And most importantly, it is meant actually to ensure that there is total compliance of import-export procedures.
The former area controller in charge of Ogun State Command has said that the border trade is always being controlled by customs all over the country. The controller said that anyone caught will be arrested if any importer refuses to follow the rules governing importations into the country. He also displayed some seized items made by his men before handing over to the new controller of customs at Ogun State Command.
I reported here April 2017. We have done our best. We have tried and we have suppressed smuggling. Today, we will review, or I will inform you of what we did January 2017 to December 2017. The anti-smuggling activities of that year, we have seized a total of 810 seizures in 2017. We had a total number of vehicles seized, 442 vehicles. Number of motorcycles we seized, 104, with a DPB value of 1,581,410,058 naira. We had a total of 21 bags, 21,789 bags of 50 kg bags of imported rice. We have seized 15,825 cartons of frozen poultry product. We have seized 1,935 kegs of vegetable oil. Cannabis were too numerous to mention. We continuously handed over to the NDLEA. This was our performances. Then the revenue for last year, we were able to generate 6.1 billion naira. From January to date, that is this year, we have generated 1,413,867,209 naira. Anti-smuggling activities, we have made a total seizure of 110 seizures within the period of January to date, with a DPV value of over 737,009,781 naira. We have seized a total of 118 vehicles from January to date. We have seized 5,512 bags of 50 kg rice within this period. Second-hand clothing, 78 bales. Vegetable oil, we have seized over 907 kegs of vegetable oil. PMS, Premium Motor Spirit, which is popularly known as petrol, we were able to seize 406 kegs of 25 liter each, 9 drums and 32 kegs of diesel, 5 drums of kerosene, Indian hemp, 93 compressed coconut packs and 63 compressed book pack that were all seized within this period under review. This will interest you to know, within the last 2 weeks, we have seized a total of 12 Tokumbo vehicles. You can all see the vehicles. This is one of them, 12 Tokumbo vehicles. We have seized another vehicles that are called means of conveyance. They are equally 12 in number. The value for the Tokumbo vehicles is put at 42,974,000, while the value for the means of conveyance is put at 12,230,255. We have seized foreign rice of 252 bags. 252 bags within this period, valued at 2,570,400 naira. Vegetable oil, 110 kegs, valued at 660,000 naira. Poultry protein products, we were able to seize 30 cartons within these 2 weeks, valued at 150,000 naira. We had 7 bags of sugar, valued 50,000 naira, 400. We had second-hand clothing, 2 sacks, valued at 100,000. Second-hand bags, 2 sacks of 40,000. Total DPP value for these 2 weeks is 58,974,000.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The new area controller in charge of Ogun State Command has intercepted goods worth over 53 million naira within 2 weeks of reporting for duty at the Ogun State Command. He said that the border station will continue to fine-tune and implement policies that will stop smuggling activities across the nation border.
Since I assumed the mantle of leadership of Ogun State Command on 17th April 2018, today I'm happy to report to you that within that 17th up to yesterday, we have performed creditably well. We have seized 3,041 bags of rice, 50 kg each. We have seized 28 units of vehicles, both means of conveyance and Tokumbo. We have seized 295 kegs of vegetable oil, each of 25 liters. We have seized 28 bags of sugar, each 50 kg. Second-hand clothing, we have seized 3 jumbo bales. Petroleum products, 221 kegs of 25 liters each. In fact, we have sold that one to the public because of the inflammable nature. Then we have equally seized cannabis, 99 compressed book packs, which any moment from now we'll write to NDLA and hand over to them because it's their baby. So we have equally seized 7 units of motorcycles, and we have 3 trucks in detention pending further investigation. So we have recorded a total number of 30 seizures with a grand DPV of 53,320,025 naira. That is so far what we have done. And like I said before, we are more than ready to confront the smugglers. The federal government has made policy, pronouncement, and action is being taken at food self-sufficiency. And it is incumbent on all of us to support the government policy. Because if we don't do that, if we continue, for instance, rice, if we continue importing rice to this country, we are creating employment for Thailand and Singapore and other countries producing them. But if we allow our own production to be regenerated, like the government is doing, it means we will create jobs for our teeming youths that have no job to do. Because the rice has its own chain, from production to milling and to packaging, people will be employed. So what we are doing is a mandate from the federal government to ensure that we discourage and suppress smuggling of rice and other uncustomed goods. I've gingered my officers. I've just addressed them at the parade ground. I've told them to key into the government program. We are servants of the public. We are supposed to serve and implement government fiscal policies. And that is what we are here to do. And there is no retreating. I've told them to go to their place. I've given them marching orders to go and sanitize their various bits. Nobody is supposed to be allowed to smuggle rice or other uncustomed goods. Wherever they do, we must apprehend them, because that is what we are here for. We are not here to, no compromise, no going back. So I only want to advise smugglers to relocate. This place is going to be unsafe for them. Two captains will not be in a ship. We are in control and we want to be in control, and we'll ensure that smuggling is reduced to the barest minimum. When our officers stop them, the passenger, everybody will be shouting, "Why are you disturbing them? We are only passengers. We are going to Sango," all these things. But a careful look, you see that a compartment has been created under this bus where the passengers will march. And if you can see, from up to the end there, we discharge 50 bags of rice from this bus. 50 bags. Up to the end there, they were loaded and packed, and we discharged 50 bags. This is one of the methods the smugglers use to beat officers. But we have our own network, and God willing, we shall meet them up. We'll always be ahead of them. The smugglers were using to attack my officers. But as God will have it, they were overpowered. When they saw that they could not withstand my officers, they abandoned their vehicle and even these weapons and ran away to the bush. So that is why, but we have their vehicle and we have these weapons.
So what is this weapon made of right now?
This one is a heavy iron. And if this one should strike anybody, the person is down. He will be dead. No, it's even worse than a machete. Because it's very heavy. You can see it. Very heavy. And this is what they arm themselves. But like I said, my officers believe in the rules of engagement. The proportion of your attack determines our response.
The Customs Area Controller in charge of Tinkan Island Customs Command has impounded 9 containers of contraband items at the port. The area controller also said that the suspect was arrested with one of the containers carrying tramadol, drugs bound into the country. He said that the other remaining containers were also carrying contraband items into the country. He speaks more on the seizure made by his men.
You can see here, you have this reality extra.
Leave that place.
They call it reality extra, imported from India. And it is described here as being for export only. So you can see the Indians will not allow this in their country, but it's being pushed here to destroy our society. I mean, the human resource we have here. It's unfortunate. Those who are involved in this thing should stop. It's dangerous to our health. It's addictive. It causes a lot of health issues. It can kill. So I think we have to stand out against this. Just like the federal government has banned codeine, we expect this will happen too quickly. Well, we are collaborating with NAFDAC. You know, the suspect or the importer investigation will be carried out. Expectedly, the importers will get them and they will be prosecuted, and thereafter the consignment will be destroyed. In this case, at least we have gotten a suspect who is the agent. Through the agent, I'm sure we will get to the importer. And the idea is, if you get the importer, get the suspect, you can prosecute. And then eventually it will be condemned. Then after the condemnation, the consignment will be handed over to NAFDAC for the proper thing to do, which is, of course, destroying the substance. You know, sometimes we collaborate with the other agencies. They have information, we have information, intelligence info, and we share this information. So whenever you have this effective sharing of information, it makes all the process easy. It simplifies everything. We have the opportunity of tracking this at the level of the manifest, even before the declaration, you know. So that is the first opportunity at manifest level. When declaration is submitted, you have another opportunity. If the agent or the importer appear for the examination, you have the opportunity to get him in hand, you know. So these are some of the things we are doing. And then you can see it is coming from India. It's the same, I think, the same syndicate working on this. So we are trying to look at the trend again, and then look at the trend, look at the route, and try to track those who are involved in this. like this one, in this case, it is clearly inscribed as being from India and for export only. I think the government can explore the diplomatic way of trying to see how we can prevent the importation of this type of dangerous drugs into the country.
The Semi-Customs Command has impounded some drugs with codeine at the nation's border. The controller said that the impounded codeine will be handed over to the appropriate authority.
Actually, when we heard about the banning of those dangerous drugs, we take very serious measures. First of all, we have to call for the meeting of these our scanning officers to let them know that they should look out very, very well for the importation of these type of drugs. So, secondly, our officers on patrol too, we called the meeting, we told them about it, and they are on watch out. At the same time, the baggage, that's where we started. As of now, the baggage has started by arresting some few cartons, which I assure you, as far as Semi is concerned, we are ready for them. Whoever thinks that he can pass through here and go free, he should forget about it. We are seriously, in short, we are stand by 24 hours to make sure that those drugs should not pass through here, should not even come to this Nigeria. If you go to warehouse, you can see the one we have started arresting. Though there are very few, very good. However small it is, it at least cartel and at least stop something. Having that this one get to the people, I don't know how many people will get mad. But to somebody it's small, to me it's big. We started with the good hand.
Yeah, like the freight forwarders who are operating here, because normally they are the one that clears these things outside the country. What will you be doing with them this time
We'll
around?
call them for a meeting too. We told them about the circular and about the federal government directive on these drugs. So whoever approached them to clear drugs for him, please, he should not accept that job as a clearing agent. At the same time, if he has intelligent report about it, he should let us know. And you know, here we work as one family. So I assure you, we don't have problem with our stakeholder. The same thing with our sister agencies. We work just like one family.
The controller also said the customs has taken over some of the property located at the border as directed by the Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service.
If you stay outside, you can see at the end of Baba Pupa is a village. But when I came back, to God who made me this 2017, March 23rd, I cannot even locate a custom office. Everywhere was occupied and a lot of structures was put in the place. Mind you, this land is coastal land. We call it coastal land because we have a gazette that this land is allocated to Nigerian Customs. There's a gate there, you see, welcome to Lagos and bye-bye to Lagos. That was the end of Lagos land. We are part of Lagos State, but coastal land and federal government land. So I look around, I look at the park, a lot of criminals, a lot of crime is going on, a lot of things is going on, and worst part of it, close to our sensitive equipment, that is the scanner. Then I applied. In short, the first thing I did, I wrote a letter and I told my CG that I observed a lot of things. Our land had been taken over by many people. He sent a DCG to come and see. He came, he saw it, and he said, okay, he will write back to him. So I said, okay, I've been waiting. But I said, okay, let me start something. To God who made me for the past 28 days, no controller had been able to remove those people from that garage. And I packed them out of that place in less than 1 week without even killing a rat. I use my own strategy of how doing things. That's why I got that place. The small money I have, it's called AIE. I utilize it and fence it. If you go there now, you don't see anybody. Some people have been calling me different type of name, criticizing it. But some people are saying, oh, what a wonderful job. Then when I finish the other side, I look at the left side. Left-hand side too was occupied. Especially to the extent that on the road, if you come in the night, they see that you're at this store, they'll snatch your money and run away. So I give them a quick notice to pack out from there. I give them deadline on the last month, 30th of last month. So if you are going back to Lagos now, maybe if not because you know the area, we'll even start looking for a way back to Lagos, because the whole place is now cleared. My next place is close to the border. There's another place there. If you go there, you see I started it. I'll finish it. Then when I finish that one, another one is somewhere very close to our barrack here. I'll do that one. So I'll make sure before the end of this month, when you come to this border, you call it a new border.
Just before round of this week edition of the program, Customs Report, we brought you a report where 9 containers of contraband items was impounded by Tinkan Airline Customs Command in Lagos. For me, Igeseme Itinye, thanks for watching.